Turn our attention to the story I told you about before the break. This is a big one for bikers and cyclists down in Cape Town. It seems some are up in arms due to the City of Cape Town's plans to implement a time restriction. But the City Transport Committee has reassured cyclists that recommendations about recreational use on the Sea Point Promenade, the beautiful promenade, are still being investigated. So what exactly is going on and why are the cyclists all getting very upset? Well, let's speak to the City of Cape Town Ward Councillor Nicola Jowell. Nicola, good morning to you. Nothing upsets lycra-clad Cape Townians than being told they can't ride on the promenade whenever they want to. Let's clarify, what's going on? Are we going to make them happy or upset this morning?
Good morning, Gareth. Well, we're going to work as hard as we can to make sure everybody is happy. That's our goal in this, is to try and not exclude any users from the promenade. You know, the promenade is perhaps one of the most iconic areas of Cape Town. It's not only a tourist asset and an asset for locals from every corner of Cape Town, but an economic asset as well. So it's very important that we work to try and get that balance right, that we are not excluding anybody, but then at the same time ensuring the safety of the users on the promenade, which currently there's been a number of clashes that need to be addressed.
Okay, so that's where this is coming from. I'm not from Cape Town. I've run on the beautiful promenade. I've taken part in that massive cycling race. So I've ridden on the promenade a few times. And between dogs, joggers, runners, gymmers, cyclists, yogis, it can get very, very busy. So this is about a safety issue. That's where this is coming from?
That's correct. In 2013, bicycles were allowed back on the promenade as part of a pilot project, and there was a consultation with the Ratepayers Association, but that project just sort of continued in perpetuity. So last year, after being approached by a number of people who'd had pretty bad run-ins with bicycles and other modes of transport on the promenade, I submitted a motion through the transport portfolio to relook at the use on the promenade, the patterns, and how we can best accommodate everybody. And from that, a number of surveys have been done of the site. There's been a plan put together around a number of options that are possible. So there was a resolution presented at the portfolio committee last week, and unfortunately it was shared out of context and the discussion around it wasn't included in that sharing. So the key thing is we haven't adopted any specific recommendations at the moment. The process from here is that now goes to our sub-council, where we will do further site visits and investigation. We'll put together a little task team with the local community and the ward councillors there, and then we will definitely put it out to public participation. We're keen to poll as many people as possible to ensure people's voices are heard in this process and work together to try and find the solution for the promenade. But the key thing is that we want to try and ensure everybody enjoys the space in a safe manner, in a safe way, that there aren't these instances where there are these clashes between people on bikes and on feet. But I think the key thing as well, you know, it's used by the 10-year-old who wants to learn how to ride a bike. And it's used by the people who are renting a bike for one day when they come and visit our beautiful city. So it's really getting the balance right between all the users. And it is a challenge. There's no easy answers here and easy solutions. Yeah. There's a lot of suggestions about just paint a white line and divide the area, but it's not as easy as that, unfortunately. Okay,
so just in the last 30 seconds or so that I have with you, Nicola, the runners are watching, the cyclists are watching as well. Those who just want to walk their dog are watching as well. What's happening today? What are you calling for? 30 seconds is yours.
I'm calling for public participation into the process. I'm calling for us to put together a short list of options that are available and cost-effective and implementable, and put those out to the community for them to have an input in that decision-making process.
Okay, and for the moment, we don't know when that's going to be, but I imagine sooner rather than later. Nicola, I'm sure we'll touch base with you again. City of Cape Town Ward Councillor Nicola Jowell joining us here on ENCA. Essentially just asking for respect and patience really is what's going to help on the promenade down in Cape Town while this process gets underway.